What's up, everyone? I'm Sean, coming to you from my enlightened garden here. Got some cannabis, medical cannabis here. So I don't really grow shrooms too much anymore because it's just so bad with the federal government suppressing the children of God like they do. But you got to kind of exist within their framework. And what I came to understand after my 5.7 gram trip was we already have all that we need. You know, we don't need anything more than we already have. We have inside of us like a seed of God's consciousness inside of all of us. And it came from a source, like God fell asleep and bam, became the world. And then all of God's pieces of God's consciousness came down into the world and is now exploring themselves. And so that's basically where it's at. That's the beginning, and the end is when God wakes back up. So the beginning and the end, and bam, there you go. Now, I'm not telling you this because I want anybody to be afraid, because there's nothing really to be afraid of. It's not even like scary. Only if you're selfish is it scary, because the truth is unconditional love. And it's the very purpose of free will, so that we could have a choice. And I believe that the children of humanity have had their choice taken away from them by the federal government deeming psychedelics illegal like they do. And I congratulate Colorado for legalizing psilocybin mushrooms, because it really is something that we need. It was given to us by our Creator. It helps us reconnect to our own individual energy, to the universal energy. And it's like, when that happens, it's a transformation, and it makes you more unpredictable. So the federal government figures it's better to keep you in a state where you don't have access to these psychedelics, because they don't want a bunch of people waking up and leaving the system, because then the system collapses, because there's not any more workers, and they want to keep workers. So that's why federal prohibition exists. It's not because anybody's ever died from psychedelics. It's because they don't want you to think. They don't want you to think outside the box they put you in. And ultimately, it's a box that if you pursue worldly treasures your whole life, and money and fame and fortune and all of those things your whole life, you'll always feel yourself lacking, because ultimately we're not here for that. We're here to build for ourselves, like Jesus said, treasures in heaven. Now, what does that mean? That's the really big kicker question. What is a treasure in heaven? So it kind of gets you back to the beginning. So original desire was when God was everything, all, and one with everything, and was like, wow, this is great. I wish I had somebody to share this with. And then bam, desire caused God to fall asleep. Boop. God falls down into the world, creates children, remembers who he is, boop, goes back to heaven, waking up, bam, done. And his children are still here in a state of unawareness of self. And so this is where free will comes in, so you can explore yourself all you want. And that's where man has stepped in and said, no, we don't want you to go exploring yourself. Because when you figure out that you're a child of God, and you start showing other people they're their child's God, their children also, then society falls apart, because God wakes back up, and man has always fought God's reawakening. So that's basically it. Best of luck. Thanks.